hypertension patient, whatever it is, acute respiratory failure patient, going on AirVo. So you grab it. This will most likely just be plugged into the wall. So oxygen, always remember this part up here. I know it's a flow meter, but the more you can think of it as just your oxygen meter, the better it's going to be, because sometimes there's confusion thinking they're adjusting flow by changing this. This won't change your flow at all. This is just your FiO2. So adjusting oxygen only changes your oxygen on here, okay? So when you move this for your FiO2 part of it, you'll see it change on here. So if you're adjusting FiO2, always pay attention to the screen. But you'll grab your container. This has the autofill chamber in it. Your tubing has everything besides your cannula. So that's the second thing you grab. So just need this and this. Simple oxygen will probably be hooked up already, but if it's not, you just need this tubing to go straight from there. So this is the part that's gonna be a little different for you guys, because you have the saline or the inhalation water bag right there. So this part, that's what we're just gonna use.
All right, so just on the video, I'm just gonna say that Chris is using tap water right now, where we would use is it the IV bag, Chris?
It looks like an IV bag.
It looks like an IV bag.
It's just an inhalation bag, yeah.
Okay, an inhalation bag, all right.
Yep. So then this is your air spiral tubing. What's nice about this stuff too is it won't get any condensation in it. Okay. So that's your air spiral tubing. This would be container that you actually take out. This part all comes off. Throw that away. And then this is the spot where you would tap this bag, okay? But for this purpose, we don't have that, so we're gonna mix that part and just fill it up with some water.
So normally the bag would take care of this for us, is that right, Chris?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And it's, like I said, it's autofill, so that line that's on here, this is a overfill line, so you want it below that line. But it's dual float, so it'll kind of take care of itself.
Okay. So we spike the bag just like you spike IV tubing?
Exactly.
Or just like you spike an IV bag?
Yep, okay. Yep. There's no right or wrong way to put this on. I always just put the tubing down this way, and then put this, the elbows this way, so that way when you lift this up, it just clips right into place.
Okay.
Okay? The next spot here, you would just slide this on, and it slides in. This is a finger guard. It just slides over that. And as soon as you hear it click in, you know it's in place. Okay, and grab your air spiral tubing. Okay, and it only goes on there one way, so you will not do it wrong, I promise. Okay, and then I will use this cannula, because this is which one you guys have. So then you'd grab your nasal cannula out of there, your OptiFlow. And they come in 3 different sizes. This one happens to be a medium. Okay. And it does have another clip. The air spiral tubing already has a clip on it as well, so you can use them both, but same thing, only goes on one way. Then you'll see over here, you just walk and gather around so you can see it too, but this indication, it just means it's coming up the temperature. The heater base, the way it works is there's a heater plate on there that just heats the water from the bottom up, and then it'll start getting vapors coming up. So as you can see, it's currently at 30. It's set at 40 liters of flow and 21% oxygen, because we're not giving it any oxygen yet. So, and then you guys are all 3 nurses, right? So would one of you come over here and I'll let you do it, so that way you kind of get the experience of it. So basically, when you're trying to adjust this, let's say if you want to check the temperature, what you do is press the play button. Okay, so that tells you it's going to be set to 37 degrees.
All right, Jess, can you show me what button you pushed again?
Yep.
That one right there.
Play button.
Okay,
yep.
Perfect.
So if you needed to adjust that, you press and hold these 2 buttons right there. And that's unlocked. So now you can adjust the temperature. So 31 should just be if you have an adapter on here that's for a face mask. 34 is if the patient says it's too warm at 37. 37 is what we call optimal, because it's optimal humidity. So when we're all sitting here, if you look around the room, everybody's breathing with an osmosis. That's because our body naturally wants 37 degrees, which delivers 44 milligrams of moisture per liter of air. So when we breathe in this, it's like 8-10 milligrams of moisture per liter of air at room temperature, 25 degrees Celsius. Our nose, there's 150 milliliters of area up there where it has like blood vessels, the hairs, it has the hairs and stuff, so heats it, humidifies it to the point of the corona is 37 degrees and 44 milligrams. So at 37 degrees, that's what we're delivering. If a patient says it's warm, that's okay. You can try to first explain to them that what they're used to is coming from the wall, it's cold, dry air. So it's not that it's hot, it's body temperature, so it feels perfect. And so if somebody wants to try it on, I would love to have somebody demo it. But 37 degrees, knowing as clinicians, that's what's best for our patients. So as soon as you get it back up to 37, do it. But if it says that they're too hot, that's okay. Turn it down to 34 until they get comfortable and then boost them back up. So that's temperature. And then the next one, this is just how you go through your main menu. Okay, so that goes back to your temperature, and there's your flow. So if you have an acute patient that you're like, okay, this person is requiring more than 6 liters low flow, their SpO2 is not where they need, or their work of breathing is still high, then start them on AirVo. And the recommendation through clinical data is 50 liters of flow. That's your starting point, is 50, okay? So when you're starting them, start them at 50. And the reason is start them high and hard because that's what's gonna have the fastest results. Within 5 to 15 minutes, you'll start seeing positive effects of this. You'll see their SpO2 coming up, the work of breathing, respiration's going down. And at the 50 liters, for every 10 liters of flow, you're giving 1 centimeter of water pressure. So we don't call it PEEP, but it's essentially what you get with PEEP, but it's positive airway pressure. And you'll see how long it prolongs the expiration phase. So like as you're exhaling, whoever is the guinea pig that wants to try it on, you'll see, when you take a deep breath in, you're at 50 liters, when you're breathing out, you can breathe out, it feels like forever, but it's because your airways are staying open. But that's what allows the gas exchange. So the 21% oxygen, this is kind of what I wanted to show you guys too. So if somebody's at 50 liters and they're at 50% FiO2, and the doc's like, yeah, increase their FiO2. Now nurses, I think this is the part where RT would probably be doing this part, but just so you guys know, in an emergency situation for whatever reason, RT was busy, but I think the key is RT is going to be maintaining that part of it. But if you did need to, I just want to show you what this does. So as you increase it, you can see, if you look down here too. So see how little I changed that oxygen? So if we turn it off completely, you're going to get right back down to 21%. The flow will never change. You're going to keep it at 15. So just for demo purposes, I'll go back to, let's say 50. Okay, so you've got your brand new patient, you put them at 50, which a lot of patients you'll find actually they're flow dependent, but if you need to increase their oxygen, so you're at 21%. The only way to do that is by changing this up here. This is gonna allow more oxygen to come in. So as you increase that, you'll see this number changes. So now you're 29%. So you just kind of keep adjusting this, and that little beep just let us know that the temperature is finally up to where we wanted it. But to increase oxygen, you increase on the flow meter, which, like I said, try to not think of it as a flow meter when it's on AirVo. Think of it as like an oxygen meter. So the higher you go, the higher you're gonna have on here. This liter flow has nothing to do with it. So don't ever document they're on 30 liters. Document that they're at 60%, 61%, and 50 liters. That's what you look at for oxygen, okay? If you're ready to take your patient off of it and you're weaning it, and I know currently it sounds like respiratory weans them, is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, so respiratory will be weaning them, and we actually have really good algorithms now that we can help you guys with, but like every 2 hours, decrease their FiO2. FiO2 is the first thing to titrate. And then once you get their FiO2 to 35 or 40%, whatever your guys' protocol is, then you start adjusting flow. So, any questions? No? Who wants to be the guinea pig? There we go. And I do have other cannulas. I think it would be important for one of the nurses too to try it out, so that way you guys can actually feel it. If you want to actually grab that chair, it would be better. Get your cameras ready. Oh, you might. Do you have your cameras on? No. nose is sitting.
Right behind you.
There you go. I'll let you put it on. Right in the nose.
Oh, it's warm. How warm is that? It's warm.
So yeah, I'm gonna clip this down here if that's all right.
So you can understand why somebody might say 37 is warm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't it at 35?
So it's set to 37.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it at 37?
Yep.
Yeah, it's warm.
So it feels warm. Is it hot?
No.
Okay, so it feels warm, but you know this room's kind of cool anyways. So it will feel different too, and it's humidified. So think about like when you guys don't feel good, and I don't know if you've ever done this, but like take like hot water, put a towel over
Yes.
because it helps clean out your airways.
That would be
and-
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole reason I can show you guys a cool video, but there's amazing videos that were done. The particular one I have is on sheep trachea, but it shows the cilia. And the reason that we do that is because our body's mucociliary transport system is botched when we're sick. So right now yours is healthy and feeling good, but we really try to maintain that mucociliary transport system. So by giving them 37 to 44, their cilia work perfect. When you're giving them dry, unhumidified air, even the bubbler doesn't provide, it's worse than an HME, but within 15 minutes, cilia start to dysfunction, and within an hour, they actually stop working completely. So 37 feels warm, it is warm, it's body temperature. So it will feel that way. So did you see what flow you're at right now?
No.
No? Do you want to take a walk, guys?
No. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, so right now she's on 15 liters.
Wow.
1.5, so she's at 15 liters. You want to adjust the flow? So that we can practice that? Okay. So you're gonna, that's your home screen. Anytime there's a check mark, that's your home screen. So press your play button to get to the flow area. One more, yep. And then you're gonna press and hold up and down arrows to unlock it. Okay, and now we're gonna go to 30, and I'll tell you why. It's all weight-based. You're gonna be okay, I promise. Then you press the play button one more time. Okay, so at 30 liters, when we're just sitting here, it's all weight-based, but
Oh yeah.
big time, yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On average, our inspiratory demand is right around 25 liters, 25 to 30. So at 30 liters, we're meeting her inspiratory demand. So think about your patient has pneumonia, CHF, you know, we saw a lot with COVID, but any of those acute respiratory patients. Yeah. So right now, and she's doing a good job of kind of keeping her mouth pretty much closed, but if she has her mouth completely closed, she's actually getting all that positive airway pressure, and she's pretty petite. So 30 liters is quite a bit, but we're gonna boost her up to 50.
Okay.
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 So at 50, you can feel that we're exceeding her inspiratory demand. And it's gonna be harder for you to keep your mouth closed because of the positive airway effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now do me a favor, take a big deep breath in through your nose, and then try to breathe out through your nose. It's okay.
I feel like I'm snotting everywhere.
Yeah, you probably will, yeah. Okay, and now just take a deep breath in and then breathe out through your mouth real slow. See how long she can exhale for?
It's
'Cause your airways are
amazing.
staying open. So it's really-
How does that feel to you?
Really good.
It feels really good?
Yeah.
Really good, yeah.
And so imagine if she was sick, it would feel even better. But I always like to show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna make you feel like you got some stuff.
Yeah, I think I
I was gonna say you probably do.
do. Oh.
Okay, but now I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna go back down to 15. The reason is, so you felt 50, you felt 30, but you felt 50 really. Think of somebody that's a pneumonia patient, any airway compromise at all, acute respiratory failure. You have them on 50. Now compare them to if you just stuck them on a non-rebreather, which is basically what this is. Can you feel the difference?
This is great. Yeah, this is good.
But if you were sick and you were on this, you can't really feel the positive airway effects that 50 gave you, right?
Right.
At 50, you actually feel that positive airway pressure, and it's expanding your lungs. At 15, you're not giving any respiratory support. You're giving warm, humidified air, which is cool, but non-rebreather also gives you more dead space too, which is like rebreathing of the CO2. So
I feel like 30 would be good for me at my weight if I was sick.
if you were sick, I would still go 50.
50?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you were a little sick, yeah, sure, 30 would be good. But if your oxygen was really low, I mean, any adult, really the key should be starting them at 50. Because that's where you actually start getting all those effects. And somebody whose SpO2 is low, the CO2 might be high, you really want to treat them fast as possible. So that's it. You're discharged, you're cured.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so.
Thank you for volunteering, Abby. I appreciate that.
Yeah, extra credit.
Yeah, make sure she gets extra credit.
Yeah.
They took her to nursing school, they don't allow. We'll figure it out.
Give her another cookie.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. That's awesome.
Thank you, little volunteers, like, I just want cookies, can your students eat chocolate? It's like, I don't do cookies.
Tuesday and Thursdays, I think, are the cookies. And
Does anybody else want to try it?
I do actually.
You do? Okay.